All right. So, I know it's been a minute since I've done any game development stuff here on the channel, but seeing as this is the last 4 days of the 24 days of uploads, I took the weekend off because I was sick. Like I said, I'm still sick. I'm getting there. I'm almost better, but I'm still hacking and coughing up every now and then, so not there yet. But I thought it would be about time for me to show off the kind of content, not the kind of content, the game that I will be displaying or working on the most time in 2024. So, ignore the broken human bodies. I'm still working on those. But, welcome to a game I call a Toyo, which stands for A Tavern of Your Own. This is going to be a fantasy tavern building simulator. Where is the main camera? Oh, it's with the players. It's with the capsule. Cool. So, let me just display what's going on here. So the idea here is that you own a tavern. It's a little glitchy. I'm still working on that. I don't know why that's happening, but just because I'm recording. You own a tavern. This is stage one, you could call it. It's not going to look like this when it's done, but this is stage one. And you can place things in your tavern. You can actually put down and display things in your tavern for people to come and see. Can't put that there. It's gotta be on the floor. And some of the fun things I've been working on, these are mostly rewards that you will get later on. Get things like banners. This is the Kingdom of the Black Goat banner for my D&D world. You have like rusted out suits of armor, which these were a lot of fun to make. I have, and this is going to be a big reward later on. Oh, to make that work. Hold on a second. Let's come back over here. I am working on making an actual like D&D set. The dice are going to be a problem. Oh no, they aren't. Okay, they're working. That's interesting. They weren't working. Oh, I see. Takes a minute for it to stop being crazy. I have to work on the dice. The dice are basically supposed to have a slight amount of physics, like for a second, just like drop, scatter, and then freeze. So they'll get a rigid body for a second, and then it'll be disabled. There's tableware, so you can put a bunch of different kinds of here plates and knives and cups and bowls. There should be decor you can put on the table. I don't know if I have any available right now. I think I do. Yep. I'll delete that knife too. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. There we go. So yeah, this is the game I originally started working on. This was supposed to be like my big game. And you can see up in the top corner, there's a popularity meter, there's gold counter, there's a day counter, there's a month counter. All of these things will come to fruition in some way, shape, or form. The mechanic I ended on was putting in a trader to come by once a month to allow you to purchase unique items from in town, bigger, more fanciful items that would raise your popularity faster. I have a working system in another. Hold on, let me actually end this. Let me go to a different scene. Oh, I just started it up again, didn't I? Okay, it is. Okay, let's go 2D. I want to plane. No, not the plane. ER. Okay. So, I have a quest system in place as well. You can send. Let's reset. You can send adventurers out on quests. So, if you want to hunt slimes, you have skill score 2. You need to have an adventurer. Where are my adventurers? I don't know why they're not able. All right, apologies. I had it set up wrong. The HD was set. The screen size was set to 16:9. That's my bad. Hit play. Go in. So you want to hunt some slimes. You need a skill score of 2. We could send off just Greg, and these are randomly generated. I've got a pool of heroes that are or adventurers that are randomly selected and popped into these locations, and they have a gold cost. So, you know, Tielmac here is my D&D character, level 15. He's a badass Dragonborn. He's Eldritch Knight. I spelled it differently because, you know, copyright. He is arcane. He has a skill score of 10. We only need a skill score of 2. We have Bodger, he's a blacksmith, NPC, not arcane, skill score of 4. Greg, he's a garlic farmer, NPC, is arcane, skill score of 3. Now, just so everyone's aware, I will be taking out the epic NPC man references. I actually did email them like, hey, I would like to include your characters in my game. They said no, in a way to specifically to preserve and protect their IP and their character, which I get. So there will be maybe a reference, but you won't actually be able to select them. Like maybe I'll have a person walking around eventually in the tavern who is a garlic farmer. You could like, that is Greg, but it's not Greg. It'll be Grog or whatever. Actually, no, I can't do that because if I do want to do Grog from Critical Role, I would have to email them first. But anyway, so skill score 2. Let's just grab Greg. So yeah, we have an 80% success chance. So we could also select Tiamat. Oh, I forgot. Is this reset this button? Slime Hunt. Select Tiamat 80%. Okay, I can't remember how this. I broke this somewhere. Adventure. So then it says, hey, you win because you had an 80% chance to win. I don't know why. I haven't played with this in a long time, so this is probably still a little bugged out, but effectively what will happen is if you go back to the tavern, eventually you'll be able to have a signboard on the wall, and you can go up and put up and post these quests on the mission board, and then you can either select adventurers or you can just let people come in and take them. That's your call. Excuse me. Oh my god. I'm probably going to build in a system that will make it so that if the skill set is too low, like if it's like half the character skill set, they probably won't take it. And if it's half or more, they won't take it. So it'll be like, there's going to be a middle ground. Like, people who are too low won't take missions. Like, if you have a skill set of 2, you're probably not going to take a 4. But if you have a skill set of 10, you're probably not going to get 2. So I'm gonna figure out a way to make that both automated and manual. One of the big things about this game is that I intend for everything to be customizable. I want people to eventually be able to change out the entire layout of the tavern. I want them to be able to change out music and textures and, well, not texture, but colors. You'll be able to select what kind of tableware and stuff you want. Like, everything in here will be set up so people can have whatever style they would like. Now, the grand scheme of things, and I don't know if I have... So, you have your inventory over here. I will enable that later on to actually properly work. Let's just pull this. I want it to be like full screen. Give me a second. So, yeah, you can see on your tiers over there, you have Specialty Tier 1 and Simple Tier 1. You have flags, wagon wheels, cauldrons, damaged armor, rusted helmet. And these will increase and decrease as you display items. So I now have 2 tables. I now have 2 chairs. So instead of having, 6 of these log chairs or 6 of these stump chairs, you just have chairs. Just to make everything super easy. Be like, hey, you don't need to stress about having X amount of this specific chair. All you have to do is buy that pattern, and then you can put that wherever you want. I just wanted to make it as easy as possible. So the main goals, just so everyone's aware. The main, scope goals is I want to finish off Tier 1. I want to finish off the quest system, because that's how you're gonna get things like the D&D items, little adventure and stuff. That's how you're gonna get the flag, and that's how you're gonna get the wall torches and the antlers, shields. The round shields, I don't know if it's working yet. I can't remember if no, I didn't. What I want to have happen is there is actually a... One second. Move that round shield. There is actually a texture on it, much like the flag there. I want to set that texture to be randomized between 4 or 5 different types of textures. You'll be able to get the higher end looking items. Like, you can get a rusted axe from pretty much anywhere, but to get the clean axe, you have to do a specific quest. Same with the armors. You can get the... Come here, you. Oh, okay, you're broken like that. Okay, cool. The way this system works is kind of broken. Hold on a second. Yeah, the armors and stuff, the clean stuff will require higher end quests. The rusty stuff you can get randomly. Eventually, you will also be able to have. I have a food panel here as well. You will also be able to eventually serve food. So you'll have like a system in the back here where you'll be able to run around and create a very simple like pot of stew or something, and then you'll be able to sell that to people who come in. I don't know if I'm going to make it you actually interact with them, or they just come up and take it and give you money. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do or not. I'm still working on that mechanic. But this game is coming along very slowly because I haven't actually worked on it in a long time. Probably a good 4 or 5 months. I switched over to working on Horde Game, and then I switched over on working on I switched over to Mind Raider for the Indie Game Jam, and then I switched over to Horde Game after that. Horde Game was supposed to be just out, but I took it too far. The scope got too big, and I've just been inundated with ideas for that one. I really shouldn't be. I need to get back to finishing this one. And I said in previous videos, I probably even said in this one, that I plan on getting Horde Game and Mind Raider done for next year. I want to finish Otoyo. Otoyo needs to be finished. Because it's the one game that I'm like, this one will... It won't be like the greatest game in the world, but it's the one that I have the most ideas for, that I'm like, once I have like the alpha stage done, I can just continuously push updates to add in more areas. And like one of the things I want to do, and this is just my brain being the way it is, I want to eventually have areas out here. So there'll be like a tree line back here and a road going through the middle and then like well over here or whatever. I want to eventually have, once you reach a certain popularity level, I want to have other buildings start popping up, and I want to have a town build around your tavern as it grows. And this is just, like I said, this is just a little faster. This is just phase 1. You will be eventually able to upgrade your tavern, make it longer. You can add a kitchen, you can add a stable, you can add a second floor. Like, you'll be able to add, and if I can get the system working, place where you want these things to go. So if you want to add a kitchen, but you want it to be, you know, on this side here, you can just pop the kitchen down over there. You want to add more rooms, you don't have to add a second floor, you just pop it over here, make it like a little bit longer. If you want to add an, I don't know, let's say you wanted to add a stables, you could pop the stables in the back, on the side here, you can pop it in the front, you can do whatever you want with it. I want that kind of freedom. So the way to work though is, if with the road going by, if you do extend outward this way, it'll probably just push the road, and it'll probably only be able to go like 1 block out. And that'll be that. But yeah, I want to just share to you guys Otoyo because I've been holding on to it for an entire year, and I'm tired of holding on to it. I want to get it done, so there you go. Anyways, my throat's starting to hurt from talking too much, so I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. This is Will. Help me greatly. In the end, I shall see you later. Have a good day, and goodbye.